Hello and welcome Year 1 students. Today we have a new lesson. But before you proceed with this video, watch the spelling video. You'll find it in the weekly plan English section on Sunday. Now let's get started. The Ungrateful Tiger. Do you remember the setting of the story? The setting is in the jungle. The characters up till now, a tiger and a man.
The Ungrateful Tiger. Once upon a time, Tiger lived in the deep jungle. One day, when Tiger was searching for food, he slipped and he fell into a deep, muddy trap. He struggled and he struggled, but he could not get out. Every time he climbed up the side of the trap, he slipped back to the bottom. He cried for help. Days went by, and Tiger became hungry and scared. At last, a man heard Tiger's cry. Without wasting a minute, the man lowered a branch into the ditch. Tiger crawled up over the branch and jumped out. At once, Tiger, who was very hungry, grabbed the man in his jaws. "What are you doing?" cried the man. "I have just saved your life." "Sorry," Tiger replied. "I need to eat."
Now, turn to page 66 to do some exercises based on part 1 of the story. Exercise number 1. Write a sentence for each picture. You have 3 pictures. You're going to write at least 1 sentence for each one. In picture A, you can see the tiger alone in the ditch. In picture B, you can see the man with a branch in his hand trying to help the tiger. And in picture C, or picture number 3, you can see the tiger taking the man in his jaws. Now, we need to refresh our memory and remember the spelling words we have learned in the previous lesson, because we need to use them to describe the pictures. Let's have a look at them. Tiger, jungle, trap. The 3 are naming words. Deep, muddy, scared, hungry. We have 4 describing words. Because we cannot write any sentence without a verb, we have 3 verbs here. Lived, slipped, fell. Now, let's turn to picture B. What can you see? You can see a man with a branch and the tiger in a ditch. So, we'll need man, ditch, and branch. Sorry. A describing word. It describes how the man felt when he heard the tiger crying for help. We have 2 verbs here, heard and lowered. Picture C, we have 3 words, jaws as a naming word, scared as a describing word, and finally grabbed as a verb. Now, let's retell the story we have read before with the help of the picture and the words. How we start any story? Yes, once upon a time there was. Excellent. Once upon a time there was an animal called tiger. Tiger lived in the deep jungle. In the second sentence, I mentioned the setting of the story. One day, he slipped and fell into a muddy trap. In this sentence, I used two verbs, slip and fell, and they are joined together with and. And we have used the word trap as a naming word, and I got a describing word for the trap, which is muddy, because this trap was muddy. He was hungry and scared. In this sentence, I joined two describing words, hungry, scared. They are joined together to describe the feeling of the tiger then. Now, picture B. What can you see in this picture? A man with a branch in his hands, and the tiger is still in the ditch. Now let's describe this picture using the words we have chosen for this. A man heard tiger, a very simple sentence with two naming words, man and tiger, and one doing word. The man felt sorry. In this sentence, I'm describing the feeling of the man on hearing the tiger crying for help. The man felt sorry. He lowered a branch into the ditch. So what did he do? After he heard the tiger crying for help, he lowered a branch. Where? Into the ditch. Tiger grabbed the man in his jaws. How did the man feel then? The man was very scared. Challenge yourself. 1. Write what you would say to tiger. Explain to tiger why it is bad to eat the man. Think for a while. You should be grateful to the kind man. Grateful. Do you remember the meaning of grateful? Grateful means thankful, showing thanks to the one who helps you. Copy and complete the sentences. Now we are going to complete these sentences using a suitable describing word. Remember that every time we have the verb feels, which describes the feeling. Okay? A. Tiger feels what or how when he is in the ditch. Do you remember when Tiger was in the ditch? How does he feel? The man feels how when he sees tiger. C. The man feels how when the tiger tries to eat him. Think for a while. A. Tiger feels scared when he is in the ditch. The man feels sorry when he sees tiger. C. The man feels upset and frightened when tiger tries to eat him. Upset is another word for sad, and frightened is another word for scared. Now let's do more practice. Complete the following sentences using words in the box. Jungle, muddy, scared, food. I'm going to read the sentences for you. 1. Tiger lived in the deep. In the deep what? We need a place here. 2. He was looking for what? Because he was hungry. We need a naming word here. 3. He slipped and fell into a what trap? We need a describing word for trap here. 4. Tiger was hungry and, remember that we have hungry, which is an adjective, and we have and, so the word that comes after and should be a describing word because we join two similar ideas. Now, think for a while. One, tiger lived in the deep jungle. 2, he was looking for food because he was hungry. 3, he slipped and fell into a muddy trap. 4, tiger was hungry and scared. Let's do some more practice on describing words. Underline the describing words in the following sentences. I'm going to read the sentences for you. 1. The weather is cold today. 2. The tiger is a dangerous animal. 3. The man is kind. 4. The tiger is hungry. Now, underline the describing word in each sentence. Think for a while. Number 1, cold. Cold is a describing word. It describes the weather. Dangerous. Dangerous is a describing word and it describes animal. Kind. Kind is a describing word and it describes the man. Hungry. Hungry is a describing word and it describes the tiger. This is the end of our lesson for today. Thank you and goodbye.